Recently I've been thinking a lot about kind of the balance beam I walk on a daily basis, and that's really two different sides, like trying not to fall off the balance beam. And one side is the fact that with everything I've got, I fight a disease on a daily basis that is literally trying to kill me. And then on the other side, I'm like, I want to pretend it doesn't exist and I want to live my life. And I can't fall into either side completely. I have to walk in the middle. And because if I completely fall into the side that is, this disease consumes my life, every thought, every moment, every schedule, everything, it is completely rules my life and like what I can and cannot do and everything, and the fact that it's full of misery and dysfunction and all these horrible things, that if I fall into that, I will just wither away into this dark pit of awfulness. Darkness. But on the other hand, I'm like, if I completely pretend I am fully well and healthy and all that stuff and don't acknowledge my limitations, then I can really injure myself and hurt myself and really do damage to myself. But I need to feel alive. And so if I don't feel alive, then I will give up trying to fight. And so feeling alive and fighting for my life, I have to do both at the same time. So I walk on this balance beam, and so that I can kind of live in both worlds at the same time, and or teeter a little bit back and forth between the two, really fully acknowledging my limitations, acknowledging the illness, acknowledging all the treatments and plans and all the things I have to do. But then on the other side, I'm like, but I really want to live, I want to do, I want to function, I want to be a part of my life, and I want to, be able to be out there and do things and everything. So it's hard to explain to people. They're like, I get out and I see people and they're like, oh, you look great. I am so excited you're here. I hope you're feeling amazing and everything. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I may look like I feel good, but I don't. I wish I felt as good as I looked. But I took a shower and I got dressed. Aren't you proud of me? I'm proud of myself because I, put myself together so I could walk out and function and do something. But that doesn't mean I feel good. Now, see, I have this thing where there are some days where it's literally can't function. I can't even get out of the bed. Nothing happens. And so on the days that I can, I choose to live and do, but that doesn't mean I feel good. And so if a normal person, a healthy person woke up in my body, they probably would call in sick. They would probably go to the hospital. They would be like, there's something really wrong with me. And they would not choose to function that day because of how sick they felt. Well, since I feel like that all the time, and there are times where I feel super duper bad and can't function at all, when I'm slightly able to function, I'm like, yeah, hello, I feel I feel amazing compared to the other day. And so I lose time every day. I lose time every week. I lose days. I lose weeks, lost in the illness part. And so anytime I can walk in the function of life and feel alive, then I do. And so I just kind of walk this balance beam out on a daily basis, just trying to not fall to either side too far, too hard. And I just have to find balance in it. And so it may not make sense to people, and they may be like, well, you must not be very sick. You have no idea how sick I am. And just because I choose my attitude and I choose what I choose my thoughts, I choose my actions, I choose to be positive, I choose to treat people nice, I choose to be in a good mood, I choose all of these things, I choose kindness, even if I feel horrible and even if my instinct is to be mean and grumpy and awful and horrible, I choose to not be that way because I want to be alive. I want to feel alive. I want to make an impact on my children and be a part of society. And I want to do those things. And so I walk down this balance beam of fighting for my life on a daily basis while pretending I'm not sick. And so I can't fall into either side too hard, because neither one serve me. But if I keep it in the middle, then I can keep going, I can keep fighting, and I can still be a part of life and live. And so it's a weird place to live on a daily basis, having like a dual thought pattern all the time. But that's what I choose to do, because I choose to want to be alive and do things in my life even when it doesn't make sense, because I'm fighting for my life on a daily basis. So if you're in a situation like me and you're having to choose one or the other, or you're having a hard time finding, the life in the midst of illness, then just, I don't know, do your best to find that balance of being able to still feel alive and live in the midst of dysfunction in your life and misery and suffering and that kind of thing, and being able to balance the two and everything. So, but I hope today this finds you better than yesterday, and that you are on your journey to health, and that you're finding, at least maybe on the inside, that a little bit of glimmer of light and hope and joy, despite the mess of living this human life and problems and challenges and everything. So I love you all, and I will see you next time.